Okie dokie, we are live there. I think everything is plugged in, and just making sure that I have everything angled correctly so I can get your delightful hat in. I am here at Liberty Forum.
Should I slide down in the chair or something?
No, you're great. You're great. No, you'll get out of shot if you do that.
Okay.
But it does add to the whole vibe of what you're going there. But no, you look fantastic right now.
We're doing Periscope. I do this Periscope bit where I go down from the camera and come up.
This is going to be the most entertaining live stream. So this is the one and only Vermin Supreme, and I met you many occasions before. I interviewed you during the last election, actually, where you ran as a Libertarian candidate. You ran in the running to become the Libertarian candidate.
Yes, I was a candidate for the nomination of the Libertarian Party in 2016, unsuccessfully. However, I have very high hopes for the 2020 nomination with Mr. William Weld, who has switched his party affiliation to Republican. I believe, and it seems that common wisdom is that I am indeed the presumptive nominee of the Libertarian Party.
Well, I think is that if there's one thing that you bring to the Libertarian Party is you bring a sense of respect to the party, a seriousness, I would say, to the Libertarian Party and to politics in general. So walk me through the Vermin Supreme. Who is Vermin Supreme, and how did you get into politics?
Well, I believe it is true that my gravitas is undeniable. I have become an elder statesman of wingnuts, if you will, and I have come about through and into politics through a very organic process, which was not interested in politics at all. I first ran for mayor of Baltimore, Maryland, just for something to do.
Because, if you've got nothing to do, if you're bored, you can always run for mayor. That is a thing you can do.
It's very true. And I thought it would be a good way to connect with my local community and a good way to bump up the profile. Of course, running for office is always a good way to bump up one's profile. People run for president.
Or bump down your profile, because politics, not everyone looks highly upon politics. What are your thoughts?
Well, politics is dirty business, it's true, and I don't mind getting a little dirty now and again.
Is that why you wear the Wellington boot or rubber boot on your head?
You might end up with a little muck here and there, so a good mucking boot is preferable. And so over the years, of course, I've run for a number of different things. I first started working in the New Hampshire primary. Of course, the New Hampshire primary is legendary in that it is a very small state, it is the first in the nation primary. Candidates who are on the slate, you'll get every last one of them up here, senators, ne'er-do-wells, and all sorts of people running. They all have campaign headquarters, they all have campaign buses, they all have campaign events. The media is here, international media, local media, and national media, it's all here. And I guess around 1992 was the first time that I started working the New Hampshire primary using it as a format, as a canvas, if you will.
When you say using it, you were running for office during?
Yes, I was seeking, essentially they were presidential equivalency. I was running for mayor of the United States, the lower 48. I was
mayor of the United States. Is that an actual position?
Oh, I think Rudy Giuliani actually had it. And of course, and I was running for Emperor of the New Millennium.
Emperor of the New Millennium. That's another position that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, yes.
But
I'm not even up for re-election until 2,999. So that was a very good.
What do you think your chances are when that comes along?
Very well, very well. And after a while, I realized that I was attracting a lot of media. There was a lot of interviews, and a lot of times where I was.
When you say you're attracting media, do you just mean signals because you've got some sort of antenna hiding under there?
Well, I wrap it. It's lined with tinfoil for obvious reasons.
Oh, obviously you don't want them intercepting brainwaves. You safeguard against that stuff.
Very, very correct. And I realized that with all these ridiculous made-up offices, that it was taking away too much from the free ponies, too much from the zombie preparedness. There wasn't time to discuss. By the time I told them what I was running for, there wasn't time to discuss mandatory toothbrushing laws, for example.
I know, because there should be a law.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
I'm glad we're on the same place. I feel like you may be one of the most sane people in politics.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? I'm a reasonable man. I'm a reasonable person. Yes, there's a lot of things that are of the not real variety in my platform and presentation. However, I have a very solid grasp on reality, unlike some of my opponents, not to name any names.
Well, I do have to say, like, between you and Trump, I'm not sure who brings the most ridiculousness to office.
Very true.
It's a tough competition.
I have claimed that I did pave the way for him by
You
softening
did.
the ground in a way. So there is that, and perhaps he in turn is softening the ground for me. It's a post-Trump error. Now you need no qualifications to run to be.
And you can be as ridiculous as you want in office, apparently, and it's taken away any sort of prestige that, false prestige, obviously, that one might have had.
That's all gone. It's ready for me.
People no longer put the presidency up on a pedestal thanks to Trump.
I would like to say one of the nice things about running for president. I mean, many people run for presidents for many different reasons.
Free peanuts?
Free peanuts, selling their books, increasing their speaker fees, increasing their visibility, for any number of reasons.
Should I run for president?
You should, and it's very simple, and it's very easy, and it's a self-declarative act. All you have to do is say the phrase, "I'm running for president."
Should I do it right now? Should I announce it on this live stream? That means I'm going to be competition for you, and we're probably going to have equal chances of being noticed. All right, I'm running for president.
Now, that simple self-declarative statement has made it so. It's a magic utterance. No, it's a fact. It is a fact. No one can dispute this fact. Nobody. Anybody out there? Is she running for president? She said so. So it's a fact. Nobody can say, no, you're not, because then you can say, yes, I am. And it doesn't really matter if you get any votes. It doesn't matter if you raise any money. It doesn't even matter if you tell anybody else. Just the sheer fact that you say it makes it so. It makes it very attractive. The state of New Hampshire is a very wonderful state because you can buy your way onto the ballot. $1,000 cold hard U.S. fiat currency will get your name on the presidential primary ballot.
Do they accept Bitcoin?
I don't know if they do yet. Hopefully they will.
That might be a line for me. I don't know if I can enter back into the world of dirty fiat.
Well, you can be a write-in candidate. Once again, it's wide open because you are running for president. You can come up here. You can make yourself a sign. You can tell people that you're running for president. And it's so. People might even vote for you. They might write you in.
I hope so, because I'd be a really good president. I mean, you mentioned free ponies for all. My friend Francois, a lot of my subscribers, they're a big fan of Francois. He often wears like a hat for his hat. You must like people who have interesting hats. But he wrote a song that's like, yeah, absolutely hats. He wrote a song where it's like, I want free healthcare for all, I want free healthcare for all, da 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 da, and a pony. It's like a song about, it's a fantastic song. But anyway, that could be my campaign song.
Yes.
And a pony, it will be called Naomi Brockwell and a pony.
And so the New Hampshire primary is a prime location for any sort of wing, not any sort of fringe candidate, because the fringe candidates come out of the woodwork, and you can do things that if the media finds it interesting, they will give you coverage. I mean, it took me many years. I've been up here. It was probably up until 2012, but I've been running since '92, so I'd been campaigning up here 10 years.
You've been running for this upcoming election since 1992?
Ultimately, yes.
This is a really long campaign you've been running.
Ultimately, yes. It's a long game.
A lot of preparation.
It's a long game. And it's taken me to a point where with very little, other than my incredible fashion sense.
Well, you look dapper. Can I say, is that a tutu you've got wearing? It's beautiful. This man.
And of course, my visionary ideas that seem to resonate with the people.
How many ties have you got?
All of them.
He has all the ties. Ladies and gentlemen, Vermin Supreme has all the ties, plus a 10, how many years? 92, 2002, almost,
30 years.
30-year campaign that he's been running.
And that is why I'm the best candidate for the Libertarian nomination here in America today.
He's got all the best people. He just is all the best choices. This is your future president you're looking at here. So just to sum things up.
Am I to assume that a lot of libertarians watch your podcast?
You could assume that.
And, members of the Libertarian Party.
You could assume that.
All right. Well, let me state for the record that there are arguments to be made as to why I am indeed the best libertarian candidate in the run, in the race at this point in space and time.
So to summarize this video, give me an overview of why you are the best libertarian candidate and what the future would look like with you as the president.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about the future as president. Now, I can tell you that it's all here in my new book, Pony, Blueprint for a New America. It's a story about the future, long after a Vermin Supreme presidency, long after the secret dental police have set up their checkpoints every couple hundred feet, long after zombie power fuels the nation, and all of these beautiful things. It's a warning from the people of the future to you, the people of the present, their past, that Vermin Supreme is a madman and must be stopped. I don't know sure, Kokish has a book out, but I think this one is much more exciting and much more informative and will lead America into the 23rd century. So there's that. Now, I think the most pressing issue that comes across my mind that a lot of would-be supporters say, we're the Libertarian Party. We don't want to be seen as a joke. We don't want to be taken as a joke party.
Whereas the presidency isn't seen as a joke at all right now. It's a very serious thing that people should take very seriously.
But I believe that it's in the framing. I believe that the Libertarian Party could frame it in a way that they would not be considered a joke party. They could frame it in a way that we are the Libertarian Party. We are a party of ideas. We are a party of ideals. We have very serious agenda items. We have very serious people. However, the duopoly, the presidential elections are a joke, and therefore, with love and spite, we present Vermin Supreme. I believe that the Libertarian Party can put up a joke candidate without being perceived to be a joke party. I am promising to work with the Libertarian Party leadership. I am making the Libertarian Party platform my own. In addition to my own flights of fancy of ponies and zombies, it will be strictly about the platform of the party, because a nominee for a party needs to be able to present the ideas of that party to the public, and that is what I'm willing to do. I am willing to compromise. I believe I'm a very reasonable person. Many of these other Libertarian candidates are wingnuts. They say things. They say crazy things that do the party no favor. And so I can only say that I will not do that. I will say crazy things, but they will not harm the party. People will know what they're getting. They'll know what to expect. And I believe that...
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes you vote for these candidates who they come across very well. They come across as very serious. But they end up being the wingnuts, right? They end up being the crazy people.
Oh, strange things have happened. Very strange things have happened. And as they say, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. And that's the way it's going. That's the way it's looking. And I have
reality TV star as our president. So
shout out to my campaign staff. I've got a real campaign staff. We're having weekly meetings. The fundraising is underway.
Is it just like a literal staff?
It's that too, and the polls are literally polls. But I can say that my imaginary campaign is through the roof. It's big. It's international. It's intergalactic. It's amazing.
You've got an intergalactic campaign right now. That's fantastic to hear.
But where the flights of fancy meet, where it meets the rubber, where the rubber meets the road, transferring my whole thing, shtick, crazy world into reality, that's where it gets interesting. And, when I appear on real ballots and appear in public and take on the police and do all of these different things. I like to plug my movie, Who is Vermin Supreme, the name of this segment, but it's the name of the Steve on Derek documentary. It makes
documentary. Where can people find it?
It is on Amazon Prime and Xbox and a whole bunch of other places.
I'll put a link below in the details for you.
Please do. It's very informative. I think if you're not familiar with my overall work as an activist, the whole depth and breadth of it, you should watch that. A lot of people just know me as the goofball candidate with the boot on his head.
Where is this goofball?
Lies, of course.
You find those people for me, and I will set them straight. That is outrageous.
Coming for you.
Outrageous.
Enough of this. These slanders, these lies, I tell ya! Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Where were we?
We were having a very serious conversation, I think.
Yes. Pony Up America. Pony Up
to...
America. I was talking about Pony Up America is the name of my 527. It's an actual political organization. It's my campaign fund.
To get everyone a free pony.
Absolutely. After I get
Thank God. I was waiting for a political candidate who would finally address this pressing concern that I haven't seen anyone.
Ponies in America. It's a terrible thing.
The lack of free ponies as well.
Do you see any ponies here today? No, I see.
Everyone have the right to a pony?
If I was president, if this was then we'd all have ponies, of course. We'd have a pony right here between us.
I'm going to add that as a 415th Amendment. right to ponies.
Right to ponies. Got to fight.
Surely there's something we can add to like the interstate commerce law that adds in some sort of pony co-opting an organization. Then we can just redistribute the ponies.
Once Article 5 kicks in, once we do have a congressional caucus, all things are on the table. And it sounds like the Article 5 amendment is, or Amendment 5 amendment moving right along. Enough states seem to have put together enough votes to make it a potentially real thing.
Well, as you said, we do need to fight for our right to pony, and I really appreciate your time here, especially as you are running a very successful intergalactic campaign right now.
Thank you for your endorsement.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I endorse Vermin Supreme, especially as my VP for my upcoming presidential run.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Reciprocal.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You know, why do you just need one VP? Why not have a bunch of them?
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Together, we will ride our ponies into a zombie-powered future, my friends. Victory will be ours. Walk with me, people. Skip with me, people. Hop with me on one foot, people. We will... Excuse me, something in my throat.
So no worries. That's fantastic. Great way to go